We are from the planet scarcity of love, while our country is called hyperinflation of heartbreak, our capital city a deflation of kindness, a blood flow of a system of flirtation, a bunch of despicable,
irresistible,
impeccable disciples of heart crunchers.
Love the undefinable,
heartbreak the definable. We do not do poetry, we are poetry. Hello and welcome back to the Poetry Slam Season 2, Episode 2. I am Fati Muloshi and your usual host. But unfortunately, my partner, Aisatu Cisse, is not with me here today. Aisatu, I hope you get well soon. So, if you've been following the Poetry Slam last episode, we had 6 people who were on standby and are definitely going to be the first people to perform before we move on to the main acts for the show today. So before I go into that, I would like to introduce, of course, my 3 awesome judges for the Poetry Slam. I start with Mr. CEO, Black Magic, Latir Carr. And of course, you guys, you poets, I always keep on saying that poetry, we don't have a poetry label like the artists. They have their, they have their different labels. But I believe Black Magic is like the poetry label in the Gambia here. So you guys, if you manage to make it in the Poetry Slam, Latir, of course, will want to work with you. Am I right or wrong, Latir? So you're welcome, Latir. Please put your hands together for him. You have my beautiful boss lady. I hope she likes the title anyway. Naikumba Demba, presenter at GRTS. Please put your hands together for her. And of course, Immortal X, our very own Immortal X, a poet, an activist, and a writer. You are all welcome to the Poetry Slam. And to all of you here present today, I welcome you all. And we, of course, have our winners in here. We have Omar Cham, we have Lala Toure, we have Alif Cisse, all with us here in the Poetry Slam. Please put your hands together for them. It's good to have you guys on the show. So without wasting much time, I would like the judges to tell us who are the first people you have on the list for those who are going to be battling it out to qualify to the main event.
Thank you very much, Lucy. And we have Usman and Isaac.
Usman and Isaac, please come on stage, please. So what we're going to do, since we had 6 people who are on standby for today, with this, the judges have decided to pair them to 2-2-2. So we're having like 3 groups. So now they're both going to perform and the judges are going to decide who is actually qualified to join the main acts for our show today. So I hope you guys have fun. Good luck to you both.
My piece is entitled Career of My Choice, and it reads: Born in with desire, I live not a happy life. I had all it took to swim in the ocean of success, but my parents allowed me not. I wanted to be a lawyer, but my mother thundered. I didn't give birth to a child only to become a liar. I told my father, but not a word he uttered. Your son is aimless, he said to my mom, and disowned me as was often the norm. I rushed to my room confused, and on my bed an ocean of tears I sat. For a week, anything to eat I refused, but my parents dwelt on what they said. At last I settled on their garden, and a career they finally chose for me, but with every breath I repeat, I could have been something else if not for my parents. A score of years later, when things should have been better, my uncle was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl. Nothing of it was true, but he had to clear the air before a court. Day in, day out, he was someone, and things were becoming like a dark cloud shadowing our lives. My parents could neither eat nor drink. Day in, day out, he was someone. And one day, to my dismay, after the court was adjourned, out of the court came my father tumbling. A few words he was muttering, and the muttering grew to a grumbling, and the grumbling to a mumbling, and the mumbling to a rumbling, until he finally said, perhaps you could have saved your uncle. Suppose we let you be a lawyer. For a moment I stood still. Then I couldn't help but ask, why is this always the case? Why should we live against our wills if no one will be paying for our bills? Thank you.
Good evening, all. The title of my poem is The Dreadful Road. My heart beats, my spirit got me sick, and I am weak as I speak. when I realized I'm to travel through this dreadful road, which I strongly believe will take me there. Though with less resources, I cannot avoid this road, that which will take my time, energy, and meager pittance. That challenging road with frenemies, that road with bandits, that deplorable road with no rescue and solace, that I call a port in a storm, that road without justice. As I hit the road to make my way, I have no retreat. As I aspire to do something great, I put the pedal to the metal. Then I arrive in the land of success. As I arrive in the land of success, I regretted why I did not take it earlier. Thank you.
I think Usman got it for me. Usman has a yes for me. And for Isaac, there is too many cliched metaphors in the land of success and all of these things, so it's a no.
I think we agree with Usman going through. But good luck, Isaac. That was much better than your last performance.
Do all of you know who Usman is? Most of you don't know anyway. So that's Usman and that's Isaac. So Usman automatically qualifies to join the main act for today. And once again, put your hands together for him. Thank you. So we move on to the next set. Who do we have? Who and who are battling it out again?
Okay, next we have Bintu Drame and Alassane Jallo.
Bintu Drame, Alassane Jallo, please.
My poem is entitled Sorry. Big and proud we are. Full of arrogance, we can say sorry. Friends and families depart. Couples and loved ones fallen apart. Nations rising against nations and people's emotions we had. Pomposity our criteria. Pomposity our criteria. Advices we never hear. Pain we bear rather than say sorry. The world's biggest problem can't be solved. I'm sorry is not put in use. Many killed, 1,000 in prison, just because they can't say sorry. Hey, it's very hard to accept, but so simple to say. Just say sorry. Give it a try and you shall not regret. Teach it to others and you are geared to world building instead of nation building. I'm sorry, a key way to harmonization, a doorway to a better civilization and a more peaceful society. Say it even when not at fault. Give wings for problems to fly, and you shall be a hero. Remember, always say sorry.
My name is Alassane Jallo. The title of my poem is Sa Karta Moy Sa Doole. Gambia in election. Please don't gamble your marbles, because election is the selection of best collection in the final contestant. Collect with good suggestion for the smooth transition of your country. Call in somebody who is firm and can be tamed when inflamed. Take a choice who will hear your voice and stay away from noise. Call in somebody who is same and can be shamed when in shame. Vote your vote, voice your voice, and the choice of your country. Kane la carte kasara. Ning carte wala benira kay rote ma. Kane la carte kasara ko mi firauna na la mol kasara da nyameng ni won debe nim sale perdi ko mol min yalon koy perdi da mol ma nyaboy la kula. Karta yi ñoo nekk suñ kaadu yi. Di toog di him ataya di team tele di baña dem sani suñ karta yi mu ngi ñoo sonal. Te sonal boobu noonu mu ngi ñu santa perdi comme waa perdi. Suñ kirti karta yi warta tax ñu baña dem sani suñ karta yi. Te suñoo sani suñ karta yi bu leen karta seen karta yi. Parce que seen karta yi mooy seen doole yi.
Please put your hands together for them one more time. That was Alassana and Bintu Drame. So judges.
Good luck, Alassana. Bintu has it from us.
Oh.
Bintu won.
Does that apply to all of you? All right, please put your hands together for Bintu. Automatically qualifies to join the main act for today. Alassana, good luck to you. All right, so thank you very much. And quickly, we move on to the last group. Who do you have there, judges?
We have Yusuf and Sose.
Yusuf and Sose, please put your hands together for them.
My poem is entitled as African Woman. To the African woman, from the olden days to date, bravery and hard work are they known for. To our grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, and aunts, we are all great. For being our mothers, we never regret. You raise us to concentrate and never to contemplate. To the African woman, you never fail to do your duties for a moment. In agriculture, do some feed ons, some leaders, some with masters. Ellen Johnson Salif, Fatumata Tambajang, and so on, African women are great. Raising the children upright and not to go beyond their rights. You are always right. And salute to the single mothers that sleep less and restless to feed their children. To the African women, you are all beautiful. Blessed with melanin and a golden smile that can be sighted from a mile and shines bright like the sunshine. To the African woman, for the melanin, don't ever change it. If not, you shall regret it. Stay you, remain you. With natural you, nothing is better than you. For the African women are great. Thank you.
My poem is entitled The Voice of the Unborn. As I slowly faded away from existence, no one could save me because only a few knew of my existence. I was no victim of a tsunami or a flood. I was drowning in my own mama's blood. Oh, don't worry, she's fine. She saved her life and took mine. And my dad? Well, my dad said it's fine, so he paid the fine. They called me a mistake, a result of precautions my mama did not take, and so I had to pay with my life for a decision I did not make. See, they denied me the chance to live, laugh, and dance, the chance to play in the sun and kick around cans, the chance to kick my legs and wave my hands, the chance to be loved, but instead, I was killed in advance. See, even cats protect its kittens, but my mama added me to the list of victims. Now here I am, a victim of abortion.
Please put your hands together for them one more time. Was that lit enough? Like Letty will say, that was lit. Was that lit enough? Okay, that was Naisose and Yusuf Sonko. So judges, who are you saving for today?
The judges are saving Daisose.
Please put your hands together for Naisose and Yusuf. Good luck. That was also very good. Thank you so much. So that automatically takes us to the main act for today. And I hope you are all set to come and nail this stage. If not, none of you will be qualifying to the next round, and I'm sorry you won't be liking that. Thank you. Thanks to Nyawut's Creation for this beautiful outfit. I love it so much. It just fits right. In case you want to get dressed by Nyawut's Creation, I'll give you the details later. So thank you so much for Nyawut. I love the outfit very well. So we move on to the main act, and we start with Aji Oli Samba. Aji Oli, if you're ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. The poem I'm going to recite today is entitled Depression. You came to me in the form of gravity flowing into my senses. See, you've seduced my feelings and raped my freedom. You've bankrupted my mind and drained my veins, so stop. Stop harassing me. Stop harassing my soul, for my inner thoughts have been indoctrinated. My sleep evaded. My shroud is loneliness. My happiness brutalized. My mind is soaked in confusion, for no one wishes to sincerely acknowledge or understand this pain and conflict connected to this intrusion. See, in this mental battle, it's either a win-win or a lose-lose. For this depression leads to the prevention of my elevation, and you knew that this is the production of my desperation. But you played blindsided. This entire issue sidelined. See, they all think it's just a societal weakness. My family, my friends define it as rudeness, something that needs no intense research. But if only they take some time to rewind and redirect, to scrub their minds and listen to my whines, for it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before my final hour arrives and the flag of depression rise to the certainty of tide. Thank you.
Adi Oli, the first thing I'll say is, before you guys get on stage, relax, right? Breathe when you're on stage, please. But that was nice. Compared to last week's performance, that was a certain yes for me. That was nice. But more confidence, please. Breathe a lot, and don't let the emotions take over, please.
Actually, you did very well with your performance today. At least you didn't forget any lines, so that's a good thing. And your poem was beautiful. It's a definite yes for me.
I mean, first I have like a critique to make, right? It's not pertaining to you, it's pertaining to Alvin and Lala and all these people. If you're performing, leave the C out. We see, we do see. Just leave it out. And the rhyming, try to reduce the rhyming. It kills your vibe, you know. Now, this is a very good piece, and you talked about something very important that our society wishes not to acknowledge and sees as a white man disease, which is depression, and it's a yes from me. And by the way, extra yes for your dress. You're nice.
Hello, my name is Ibrahim John. Now the poem that I'm going to recite is titled Religious Tolerance, and here it goes. An African brother betraying the race we all share, sanctioning intolerance and stabbing a fellow without care, eyes viewing the skills of evil so near, sorrowful cries ill ears refuse to hear, machetes held in hand sowing heart's fear. This massacre repeats itself every year. Seleka man erasing lives with his spear, anti-Balaka warrior blessing a throat with a slaughter. Time is too modern to felicitate such heinous acts. Africa, are you a cursed continent? Blood spilling in the name of jihad staying on your gate. Al-Shabaab and Boko Haram waking the virus of hate. Chibok girls abduction, fling me to weep. Garissa attack angered my eyes to ignore sleep. Christopher the Christian, Christine in Christianity, give me a hand to shake. My love for you is not a feeling that appears fake. I am a Muslim, reading your faith in the Bible, eating your nanburu whenever the East and Star welcome Easter. Tolerance, my Banjulian parents lectured me well. I am saved and reformed by the age of time. Sadly, many are still in the medieval stage, promising paradise to a suicide bomber from a page page. Thank you.
You know, when you introduced yourself and you said the title of your piece, I was saying this is a no. But then you started performing, your diction was straight, it was clean, and yeah, it's a yes. Stanga. We need to have more tolerance and we need to have more pieces like this.
Ibrahim, I owe you an apology. I watched the replay of the show from the last episode, and you were really good. So I take that no back and I give you a yes today.
I'll say one more thing. I think last week kind of got everyone uptight going on stage. Please don't be uptight. Ali is not gonna bite. That rhymed, right? Again. Basically, I'm just saying, relax, enjoy your performance. I thought you had breaks that could have flowed better. But I had a conversation after the last episode with some of the former poets or last year's performers, and I said, I think the standard of the performances went down. I think it was just stage fright. I think you guys are bringing it today, honestly, and I'm loving it. So for the first two performances, I think it's a big yes. And whoever comes later, you need to really step it up. Yeah, very nice.
Okay, my name is Aisha Cisse, but I love to be called Conscious. The title of my poem is No Justice, No Peace, and it reads, No justice, no peace. When justice is caged under the ribs of the authority, the lie becomes the truth. Torture leads the way. When torture leads the way, The sick become unclothed. Frustration fends the mind of the soul. The heart become contaminated with anger. When anger pollutes the heart, love flies away and anguish take control. Looting mineral resources flash its light in the air. In exchange of guns and bullets, more famine and starvation welcome the tormented mind and soul. The revolver becomes the strength and Democrats the weak. Barbaric substitute civilization. The rat gain extra supreme power to fight the elephant. There the grass into pain. Corruption, corruption, corruption. Blood splits and poison the ground. More living death on the street. Run, run, and run. The unfortunate run to save the last breaths of their lives. Orphans are created. Widows are created. One sweet family scattered as a last insect in the atmosphere. No shelter, no sufficient food, no proper clothes. Fear, 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 not the God, but the maker, not God, but people. Bittersweet memories, the innocent weep and mourn for the dead. No justice, no peace, and no truth. Thank you.
Aissatou, just a quick question. Was that poem motivated by the Black Lives movement? Not actually. I'm not sure how your title relates to the content of your poem. It was confusing. I was confused. Let's just say I was confused. I don't know about the rest. Let's hear the rest of the judges and come back to me.
I'll make it as short as possible. I'm with Ndai Kumba. I think you threw too many things into that, and I couldn't place a finger on what exactly it was about. And you had repetitive messages that just, if we were being brutal, I would have cut you off in the middle. It's a no for me.
Usually, I told you guys not to be saying your titles before you perform, and see what you did to yourself. I like the content of the poem. I like the things you talk about. I wish you just were able to have a clear diction, like manam, to be able to bring out the words like the way they were supposed to come out. It's a very good piece. If this was your first performance, you would have had a yes from me. But since this is your second performance and I expected so much better, and these first two people who came, they raised the bar so high. So it's a, I will use Latir this time. It's a soft no from me.
Aissatou, I'll have to agree with the rest of the judges. It's a no.
Hello everyone. The title of this poem is called We Shall Go Home. When the madness of war is no more, when the hate of man have passed away, when the heart-drumming guns and bombs are cast away, when tyrants fall and dictators die, then we shall go home. Beyond the silent hills and gentle dales, beyond the western seas where the white man came to capture, to torture, the warrior, untamed, unnamed, the son of Kinte, we shall go home beyond the eastern suns where the black man came, where the wisdom was received, the miracle conceived and the knowledge revealed, the Adam, the Moses, the Jesus and the Al-Amin. We shall go home when good men return, when heroes are born, when dead martyrs are resurrected in the name of freedom, in the name of liberty. In the name of emancipation, the Malcolm, the Martin, the Lumumba, the Kwame Nkrumah, we shall go home to the promised land, the motherland, where freedom was born, where great men speak with the tongue of peace, the Rastafari, the Mandela, the Gandhi, the Julius Tambaragi. We shall go home to the end of this poem, where this poem was written, spoken, unbroken, to break the chains, the shackles, the manacles, to conquer the fears and wipe the broken tears, to purify, sanctify, to unify the hearts, to educate, instigate, and liberate the minds of the longing slaves, the children of God, to tread the trails of knowledge and set that journey home, then make that journey home to the love, to the light, and to the peace, for we shall go home. Thank you.
Last week I said it was Aliu's to lose. I think it's Keba's to lose. That's your best performance I've ever seen since you came last year to the Poetry Slam. That was. You should have that on YouTube. That's amazing. Amazing poetry. Amazing. You took your time. You enjoyed it, and it's a very, 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 very powerful message. And I hope people get it. But good luck. That's a triple yes for me. In case they say no, I'm covering their nose.
Well, you already have a triple yes. But again, there's a reason why you came back, and there is a reason why you made it really far from the previous season. You're amazing, you're a good writer, and your performance is good as well. Your performance matches your writing, and what can I say? It's a yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm clearly biased when I hear something good. When it's nice, you know. Yeah, I mean, I think Edward Said would have been proud. I know you don't know him. He's an obscure intellectual, but he talked about home. His themes were home and exile and all these things. And you know, it just took me back to 10 years, 2007, when I read his work, and I was like living it, you know. But this is a very powerful piece. I mean, home is a very central theme to everything in this age of the refugee, the age of the displaced person, the age of the immigrant. So is this a yes? I hope you go on to win. Aliou, I'm going to tell you.
The piece is entitled Pursa Sibir Gauge. Hala Mbologan. Pursa Sibir Gauge. Hamulen, you guys don't know. Eyinarir. Holy Dom Sibir Mbageli Yai. Chili. See, I'm not down, but I'm on my nails. I'm not sick, but I have lots of medicine. And guess what's my medicine? It's you. Hey, you. I love you. Your breast, I feel your sensation. I know your eyes glorify light, the light that overshadows darkness. If I was a horse, then you would have ride me. But so sad that I'm not a horse, but rest assured that you can still ride my heart. Cause halidom sebir mbageli yai, dafa dis ne pursa sebir gauge. Stunning and beautiful is the view when I close my eyes and think of you. Yai, I know how much you love corn, like the firstborn. Blow your horn, you need not be sworn, cause the throne is yours. For I can laugh with you to move mountains. When it was hard, you taught me. You believed in me. You enlightened me. You were perfect. And my only wish is to make you, make us, immoral. And I rest my case by saying, if banyanti japi jo nyiseni japi reggae ni meti ni mangi mang, anu ni mangi japi reggae ni me. Ni mangi mang. Thank you.
This is getting too nice. I need popcorn in this. Should I give you a no for mentioning your piece title and for forgetting your title and then being very nice with it? But I'll give you a yes. Madlamin Stanga.
Malamin. Oh, I see you. Well, last time when you came, I said tone down on the drama, and even as you went on stage, I told Ratil, I hope he turns it down this time, and you did. And also, you're very consistent, I'll give you that. You love writing about your mother, about women, and about Gambia. So you've been consistent. If I were to define you as a poet, I'll know exactly what to say. Stop with the flirting. Don't make me give you a no. It was beautiful. It was okay. I don't know it's your best performance, but it's a yes from me. I would like to see you more.
You had a line on that piece that's explicit content. I don't know if you meant it that way, but that's how I heard it. That aside, I think you warmed up going into the piece. I know I have that problem, and there's a method that I've used, which I'll advise you to use. Anytime I write anything, whether it's an essay or whether it's a piece, the beginning is always very slow. So now I just warm up in the beginning, and most of the time I take out the beginning. When I get to a point where I know I've warmed up on what I want to talk about, that's the part that I use. So for me, it took a while for me to start enjoying your performance. The first part, you felt like you were just warming up. You kept there were 3 words every 2-3 lines that you kept repeating, and some writers are like that. So I'll advise you to do that going forward. The reason why I'm giving you a no, it's not because it's a no. It's because compared to the other people that performed, I think you're a little less than what they gave. So I need to balance it out. You have 2 yeses. If you had 1 no, I would have given you a yes, just to explain. But I'm giving you a no to make it 2 yeses and 1 no. But it would have been a yes from me.
My name is Musukuta Fab, and the piece, I'll like it when I'm done. You give it a name. See, in the tears of the streets, let's all look at outside. We see cars running. I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to make you listen to what I'm trying to say. Take a deep breath. Listen to your heart. Life is too short. Each day we rise up. We must say to ourselves, today, I must inspire someone. I must tell someone to move on. I must ask someone if your day was good. Each day I wake up in the morning, I ask myself, did I inspire someone the other day? Did I make someone's day happy? Do we do that? No, we don't care. We just care about ourselves. See, this is what is running in most of our veins. Here I would tell you the real truth and the real fact that we don't like seeing others rise. We just want to see ourselves rise and be on top and be like, hey, man la du ken. Well, that's not true. We can all do it. We can be up. The other thing is, see, we see innocent girls being raped. We still see them being raped, being molested, and yet still we are quiet because it's culture. We still say that if I say it, my mom is gonna think that I'm trying to be an activist. But let's see the real truth and let's speak it out. Let's start being the Jamajak and stop being the Latirka. Let's start being activists and stop being feminist. Let's start building partners with each other and love each other. Thank you. No.
This started out like a Negro spiritual in a church. Al Sharpton preaching, feminine Al Sharpton. I was gonna say, you preach black sister, and then it turned out into a speech. Before the end, it was a confusion. What a feminist is an activist, by the way. They're all encompassing, and it's a fat no, like no. Yeah, let me just stop there.
Just a quick question. When you say be the Jamajak and stop being the Latirka, what actually do you mean?
I just used it as a word, or like, I see it as, mostly women are discriminated instead of men. So that is why I use be the Jamajak and not the Latirka. It's just to confuse people.
Oh, you did that. Oh, you did very well in confusing. I really don't get that part, and even with your explanation, it didn't help. I watch a lot of movies, and when you started at the beginning, it sounded like I was in an AA meeting, alcohol addiction meeting. Well, let's just forget about that part. But as far as the writing and the performance, it's a no for me.
Was that a freestyle?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a freestyle. Yeah. That's what you did last week, right?
Yes.
Now I don't want to give you a no because you kind of dissed me, so that it feels like I'm giving you a no because you dissed me. I think my colleagues have done that for me. Okay, to be on a serious note, I'm giving you a no because I think they gave you a pass last week. You did a freestyle and we let it pass. You can't do a freestyle again. We told you last week, the more freestyles you do, it doesn't show respect for the talent. It doesn't show respect for your colleagues that spend time writing, memorizing, and going on stage. For me, it's not even about the strength of the piece. You started and I knew it was a freestyle because you didn't have a theme. That's why you said just choose a topic for me at the end of it. You didn't have a theme. You didn't even know what you were talking about. You jumped from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another. Truth is, you might be a talented poet, but for the two performances you've done on stage, I haven't seen that. And that's because you haven't given it your time. For me, it's a no, and it's really sad that you're getting 3 no's. Because I feel if you sat and you wrote and you memorized, you wouldn't have gotten 3 no's. But you did it to yourself this time, sister. So, good luck next time.
Okay, my piece entitled The Crazy World. Choy aduna. Suma yaram dafa daw suma xol fees bu ma xamee ne aduna dafa ëmb doomi aadama yu doy waar yuy warante di rayante di iñaanante ak soxorante yuy sàcca di yàqa di tappale te xam-xamee ni naka jekk rekk jëf jooju moom du lu jekk. So I wonder why are people using bomb-bombing nations, using bomb-bombing societies, using gun killing the innocent people? Why the fighting and killing, the shooting and bombing, the living and throwing? See, the world is in a mess and people are merciless. There's a lack of peace and rest. The terrorists are calling for jihad, agitating wars and making things worse. See, fighting is legalized, stealing is now a job, killing is rampant and sin blood is simple. We forget the teachings and sayings of Prophet Muhammad and Jesus Christ. See, I am a human being. I mean, the killer is my brother, the victim is my sister, but I'm a pious man. I will not kill, neither steal. I will die by waiting for my time, because we will die no matter how tough. We will be judged no matter how soft. So why we scramble for money, fighting like a fighter, fighting for leadership, killing like a butcher? As we know, dictator Hitler born the Jews like a beggar, kills the Germans like a zombie, affect the world like a pest. People are dying like a bat, blood flowing like a water. We don't care, we don't fear, we are killing, we are stealing. So this world is so crazy. We look at the everlasting war in Darfur, the brutal killing in Libya. Kebrin doko tate Libya. Ala musuya ya waletinya. Saying Libya mandiya, kato hadamaya ya waletinya. Saying molu mambeta ya, nidia letinya, o dunia, ayang kijo fara. Thank you very much.
There's something you do really well, huh? You send me through a journey of confusion. You do. I'm like, oh, that's nice, and then, okay, if I continue, it's going to sound wrong on camera. You start, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I think very, very wrong. When you start, it's nice. And then I have a no in my head. And then you start again and it sounds good, and then it goes down again to a no, and then so I don't know really what to make of it. The first part was a no for me. The second part was a yes for me. The third part where you came in with the English, honestly, there's nothing sweeter than free verse in spoken word. I'll give you that advice. When you try to over rhyme, you have to really get it right. Really. Otherwise, if you keep rhyming son, hon, bon, con, ton, it makes me feel like you're doing a nursery rhyme. And that's what you were doing with the English parts. With the Wolof, you sold it to me. The Mandinka, the parts that I understood was really, really beautiful. For the benefit of the doubt, I'll give you a really soft yes. Right? A really, really soft one.
Samba, you always sound like a preacher when you're on stage. And last time I didn't vibe with the, Immortal said, I didn't vibe with it. But this week I think the Wolof really got me, and the Mandinka did. If your entire piece was in Mandinka, I wouldn't have minded. If the entire piece was in Wolof, it's even better. So I would say, since Wolof or Mandinka or the local language is a strength, try to extend that one, or even do an entire piece in Wolof. There's nothing wrong with that. But since that is your strength, I would say give us more Wolof and give us more local languages. So it's a yes for me.
You know, you excite me, but you confuse me. You know, and I'm honest. I don't easily get confused. I can hold it together, but you confused me. It seems you started with a love song, a love letter, and then it ended with zombies and dictator Hitler and all these people, and then you ended with Libya, and I'm like, how can you go from love to Libya to Germany in 1945? But I think it's like when you started the Mandinka, Nekumba echoed my thoughts. I want you to do a whole piece on just local languages. Can you do this? I mean, I think you'll pass this. It's a yes, half years, Lala Johna. So the next time, be very careful.
You said something. Be very careful with your facts when you're doing poetry. You said Hitler burned the Jews. Yes, historical facts need to be right in poetry. He gassed them. He didn't burn them. He burned their books. But it's a very, very, very important fact in your piece, right? Because people learn from these things. Okay. There's a difference between gassing people and burning them. Okay? Thank you.
The title of my poem is No Funeral Charity. No funeral charity. We first felt the struggle of life when we first made the first kick in our mother's womb. When vitamins, calcium, proteins hardly met us in that womb. That made us protest with many kicks. But our unschooled mothers wouldn't know. Yet they rub their belly with traditional lotion and say the words. Baby, take it slow. Soon you will be out and glow. Yes, those were the words of my single mother, who was abandoned by my lofty father, who preferred wealth better than our well-being. The woman who carried a plate of granite on sale on her head from street to street just to make a better living for us to live. Even sometimes, she put the cooking pot on the fire, filled it with water, and pretended to be the cooker. If I asked her mom why, she would say, son, sutura, moi chabi aduna. So as I grew up, I saw my mom selling her wrappers and jewelries just to pay for my school fees to secure and create a better future for me. So as I reached the age of 18, I asked her, Mom, do you not have any relatives who are wealthy, or is my father not around? She told me, son, we will talk about it tomorrow. So as I eagerly waited for the night to break, just my questions to come to light, only to find out in the morning, my mom was cold on her bed and silenced to sleep. So there beside her, I cried a sea of tears, seeing my mom leaving me in this hungry world without benefiting from my sweat. While lolu du yeb, si besi dej bi, ma gis moto yu toy heb mel ni liir bu toy, taxaw sun bunti kër anti at oncle nit yu ma musu taxtal. Di ekati sen status, gaay di jënda ay nag di ransale ay saaku malo, manda yi benn ci ni di xeeñ mel ni cuuraay, nit yi di ko cop di jow fàtte mel ni xew moo fi am. Kon suma deyee bu ma kenn saraxal, parce que bu ma doon dunda kenn taluma. Ku ma ne naka la mi ne mi ngi dang, ku ma ñaan fay su yàggee mi ne kii moo soof. Te suma deyee ngeen rey nag sànni plat si diggi kër bi, ku romba sànni fay, te bu ma doon dunda kenn taluma. Kon suma deyee bu leen ma saraxal.
Free verse is nice, right? He did a whole piece. He didn't care whether it rhymed or whether it didn't, and there's nothing more poetic than what he did. It's a solid yes from me. Again, the Wolof side was stronger for me than the English, but it's apart from the fact that the poetry was spot on, I think the message needs to be heard. Like the other guy, I keep forgetting the names. The beginning was slow with you, but the more you warmed up into it, it was nice, and it's a message that needs to be heard. Man sa buma ken sarahal, ma sani bobu lolu mu dem.
Abdul, I like the depth of your poems. Last episode, you did one on, I think that it was titled "The Beggar's Coin Speaks," and you see, I still remember that title. Your poems are always deep, and your message is clear, and it needs to be heard. I appreciate that about you, and it's a yes.
Honestly, I think I will dissent from the other judges in that I was bored. I think there was too much. It was too melodramatic, and the language, the dagger, and you were going on, and it was the theme is beautiful, right? I mean, the story of struggle and sacrifice and making your mama happy. But I wasn't impressed this time around, so it's a no. Can we have Aliu Jallo, please?
When the truthful are called liars, and the judge who judges is biased, and the wrongdoer is given what he desires, then who counts? Where the weak are left to live in despotism, and truth exchanged for favoritism, where the cries are left in false negotiations, there still oppression lies. For so long they have lived in repression, subdued to disgrace and desecration, disallowed the pride of a nation, persecuted and caged in their own land. The people of Palestine daily strives to live free and dignified lives, have always been met with cruelty that thrives in the oppressor's hand. Until now, they are not liberated. Their demand for justice is unsated. Their bid for peace is falsely negotiated, and they are left to live in tyranny. When they rebelled, they are killed and impaired. Their schools and hospitals are not spared. Their homes destroyed and bombed. When will this cease to be? And yet, when they resist, they are called terrorists. When they cry for help, none assist. The whole world watches while this persists. When shall this cease to be? From sunset to sunrise, in Gaza the bombs rain from the skies, and you can hear the thousand cries as men are torn apart. We will not be appeased nor pacified. This injustice justified. We will fight till the end, nor will we flee or hide until Palestine is once more free. Thank you.
Ali always bring the calm. Like, you're forced to just calm down and chill. It's like some John Coltrane jazz playing in the background, and you're supposed to just cool down and listen. And the theme, and everybody who knows me knows that Palestine stands very close to my heart, and that I've gotten into trouble with Facebook for standing up for Palestine and the Intifada, the resistance. And I actually wrote a whole book of poetry, a whole volume on Palestine called Palestine, the Land That Lived. So I'm not giving you a yes because it's Palestine, but I'm giving you a yes because the poem, it gave me chills, right? Because it's real and it's poetic. It's not a speech. It's real. And what's the title of the poem?
Who Counts?
Who Counts? Thank you very much, Aliu. As always, it's a very big yes from me.
Aliu, like Abdul, you also write about things and messages that needs to be heard. And I'm happy that you wrote something about Palestine. I'm sorry if they heard the poem, they would have been proud of you. It's about the things you write, and it's about the depth of what you write about. And last time, Natural mentioned how you wrote about the mentally challenged. You have a challenge of your own, but you tend to put yourself behind in the background and write about other things that needs to be equally heard. And that I appreciate, I truly do. So it's a yes for me.
This is going to be twofold. First, I'll say you're infectious, right? You have us all talking softly now. Even Aliu is talking, very softly. Yeah, and before I go into the piece, I want to say these are the most well-behaved kids I've ever seen. Since I came, they just there, quiet. So can we give them a really big hand? Yeah. Back to you, Aliu. I think it was nice. I have two questions. First
Yes.
one. When did you write that?
In fact, I did not read most of the poem because I forgot it. It's here. I forgot most of it.
Yeah, so
I
that's
had
why
to
I'm
polish
asking.
it.
So those are cheat notes, right?
Yeah. I finished it this morning.
Okay, that's why I'm giving you a no.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm giving you a no.
Yeah.
I know it's not as easy as it is with everyone else, but I'll be hard on you today,
Yep,
so that
sure.
you work harder for the next round.
Surely.
Good luck going forward, but it's a no for me.
Good afternoon. My poem is entitled The Extreme Hot Sun. The extreme hot sun inactivates our liveliness, demotes our happiness, hinders our social connectedness. The unbearable hot sun, hot, hotter, hottest, a true enemy of progress, following me everywhere, even in Bartes. Oh, the sufferers of the sun, can't we protest? Our brains frying in our skulls, our veins swollen in our skins, the black human under the black sun, crawling in pain, yet million things to one. Ah, naaj bi gaañ na sama boppa, jox na ma ndali pop, lii mbaa jaamale yee. Oh, the extreme hot sun, have mercy, for we bad in all day. Do we see change? No way. The beast in us awaken, the ghost in us shaking. No more shedding tears. The extreme hot sun. Thank you.
Ndesa, so you did better in the battle round than this time around. I don't know, because the other one you had competition. I mean, you still have competition. This is the bigger competition. It's a no.
I don't know. I think you're still trying to discover yourself. I'm not sure whether you're Shakespearean or whether you are Daraje or I don't know. You keep going ye something and then you go down to Naj. It's kind of confusing for me. Like Kumba said, you were better in the battle round than this one. I'll let for personal reasons. I'll let Aliu say something.
I like the piece. I think after what you did, you won the battle, and I'm doing affirmative action, so it's a yes from me.
Then it's a no from me. Yeah, we need to balance it out.
The title of my poem is Depression. My nights are hard to sleep. My days become restless, and deep and down in my heart, the soul is sick and frustration rules over my miserable life. The night seems the day resembles the night. Terrible dreams keeps me awake. Confrontations, I become liable to and rushed to hospitals with hypertension. Hesitantly, I ran on streets. Losing support, I hung around trees. They call me out to test my mentality. All day long, I remain still as time passes me unnoticed. Mad I am called. My parents at home sad. Home conditions hard. People with the struggle as I hustle with the battle. Thank you.
What do you mean mugging me? I think it's a very nice piece. Depression. Every time Gambians talk about depression in a way that we're supposed to talk about it, I am very excited because there's a lot of depressed people in our society and it's clinical. I don't know what you mean by checking your mentality because your mentality and your mental health are two different things. So the next time, please, but it's a yes from me. You have a very clear diction. I like that.
Matala, I also appreciate your piece on depression, though I'll have to say I've had better depression poems. Okay, it's a yes.
They want me to really seem like the mean one, honestly. To everyone, when you go on stage next time, part of being a professional poet, if such a thing exists, is you don't need to do that whole. The title of my poem is, that's why Ali is telling you, you can just say the piece even. You don't even need to tell us the title. Or you can just say the title and just do the piece. The moment you keep doing that, the title of my piece it sounds like a high school or primary school competition. Okay, so let's take it to where it's supposed to be. Just go up, handle your business, and let's talk about it. For me, to balance it out, I can't give you a yes and make it 3 yeses, because that was not a 3 yes performance. So I'll give you a no. If they had given you no's, I would have given you a yes. So don't be upset with me.
My piece is entitled Vexed but Not Lost. When you see me frown, you may think I've put on lost crown. For I was a cheerful boy when being a boy meant being a boy. But I'm not vexed. I'm not lost. I'm only vexed but not lost. I am vexed about the erratic electricity supply and very high bills. Vexed about very fast megabytes and very slow internet. Vexed about students failing exams and nothing except statistics reading done. I am vexed about front pages of newspapers decorated with photos of politicians and celebs only, leaving out our education giants and farmers, the wisdom behind our progress. I am vexed about the many witch hunting in Africa instead of wheat hunting. I am vexed about the name FGM in the name of tradition and terrorism in the name of religion. I am vexed about billions spent on cosmetic, more than billions needed to eradicate poverty, more than billions needed to ensure electricity. I am vexed about the solution, the problem seen as the solution. Struck by the hour of despair, with many wounds to repair, I want to know, why are we not shining when we are the source of the light? Why can't we hear ourselves when we are the ones speaking? Why are we lagging behind when for identity the sun jubilates? Am I lost? No. Is lost not knowing where you headed to? No. Is lost not knowing where you are? No. Lost is not knowing who you are. I am not lost, for I am the African child with the African smile. I am the African child ready to create a new dictionary that contains no words like lack, impossible, poverty, hunger, injustice, and any negativity. I am the African child ready to paint the picture of Mom Africa, the single story, as the mom of war, poverty, and injustice. I am the African child ready to create a new dictionary that will contain the word patriotism, because we will have been maestros of it. That will contain the terms good governance, because our leaders will be epitomes of it. And what is more, a dictionary that will remind us of great Africans that we may emulate them. I am the Gambian child trying to edit the single story of Africa, and with the hopes that the hopes I have for a great Africa are not mere hopes, but the hopes, a reality in which we can hope greater hopes, and hoping that you share my hopes. Thank you very much.
At this point in time, if you ever want to cross through to the next round, just have one line for Nawek, right? As soon as you have one line for Nawek, you have my vote. I have a personal battle with Nawek. But that aside, I'm glad we decided to have you battle to go through to the next round, because to me you sounded better than quite a few of the people that went through automatically last week. That was nice. That was fun to listen to. And that's one thing that I think I need to throw to the poets out there. Your piece doesn't have to be extremely serious. We haven't had any fun piece since we started. Everybody, same generation, serious ngende. When I was your age, we were going out, we were having fun, we only spoke about the weirdest of stuff. But you guys are talking about Palestine and slavery and which is good. I'm just saying, balance it a little. So it's a yes from me. I love that. It was really nice. You have a different style. The ending, the last part, very last part, wasn't nice for me. That part wasn't nice for me. But before that, everything else was beautiful. And keep giving a shout out to Nawek. And I'll keep voting for you. Thanks.
Usman, two things. One, your pieces are always long. Yeah. I have issues with long pieces because it's hard to listen through the entire piece. And that's for your, for the sake of your audience. Like, make it short, make it precise, and we'll enjoy it and have fun with it. And what was the second one? Okay, I'm getting old. I don't remember, but it's a yes for me.
This is a very nice piece. I enjoyed it. And even though I get very confused when we talk about the African child and then we jump and talk about patriotism. I mean, I think that is a more of a, it's a very ideological thing for me. So I'll let it slide, but not the next time. The African child, you stay smiling like you said. I don't know what that dictionary looked like, but Yeah, it is what it is. Say yes from me.
Okay, Usman, I remember the other one, and yes, and that is having a clear team and sticking to it. Like Immortal just brought back my memory, and that is you have say African child, and then you come Gambian, and then patriotism, and then all dictionary. Like have a clear team and stick to it. That was the
Yes,
second question.
I believe it is long, that's why you didn't get it, but the way I flow, I'm just saying that the dictionary wouldn't contain the word patriotism.
You don't get to be defensive.
Okay, yeah.
You don't get to be defensive. You don't get to be defensive. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, please put your hands together for all the poets one more time. I kind of like have a feeling that this is going to be a tough finale. Do you all agree with me? Huh? Anyways, my gate of gang, but that was really a very good episode we had today. So once again, put your hands together for yourselves as well, poets. So we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll announce who is making it to the next round. Do stay tuned. We are from the planet scarcity of love, while our country is called hyperinflation of heartbreak, our capital city a deflation of kindness, a blood flow of a system of flirtation, a bunch of despicable,
irresistible,
impeccable disciples of heart crunches,
love the undefinable,
heartbreak the definable. We do not do poetry, we are poetry. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is the Poetry Slam Season 2 happening right here at GRTS, and this is the elimination round. In no particular order, if you hear your name, it means you've definitely qualified to the next round. Aji Oli. Please, you can come on stage. Aji Oli, Ibrahima John, Keba Mbai, Usman M. Jai, and Samba Sidibe. Please put your hands together for them. There is it, Kebambai, Aji Oli, Ibrahima John, Poet Sidibe, of course, and the man with the new dictionary. Congratulations, you've all qualified to the quarterfinals of the Poetry Slam. Please, once again, give them a big round of applause. You may take your leave. Yes, you may take your leave. Aissatou Cissé, Musukuta Fall, can you please come on stage? Aissatou Cissé, Musukuta Fall. That's Musukuta Fall, right? And Aissatou Cissé. Why are you feeling down? I mean, you guys really did great. You were so good. So this is not the end of the Poetry Slam. You can always come in next season. So I'm sorry to say that you've not qualified to the next round, but I wish you all the best of luck. Please put your hands together for them. And finally, Abdouba, Aliou Diallo, Ndai Sose, Bintu Drame, and Modou Lamin El Keita, you've all also qualified to the next round, and congratulations. Thank you so much. And yes, this has brought us to the end of today's episode of the Poetry Slam Season 2. Do catch us next week as well. And don't forget to watch the Poetry Slam every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. And a big thanks to my judges, Latir Kaur, Neikumba Demba, and Immortal X. And not forgetting my producers, Aja Mariam Jai, Winifred Nicole, and of course by Ibrahim Cham. And yes, to my two cameramen, Sheikh Jeng, and our only female camera woman in the building, Janke Drame. Thank you very much. And to my editor, Adama Jain, thank you very much for all the editing that you've been doing. And to all of you who came to witness your fellow poets perform today, thank you very much for coming. And do join us next week as well. From me, Muloshi, have a wonderful evening. Thank you. We are from the planet scarcity of love, while our country is called hyperinflation of heartbreak, our capital city a deflation of kindness, a blood flow of a system of flirtation, a bunch of despicable,
irresistible,
impeccable disciples of heart crunches,
love the undefinable,
heartbreak the definable. We do not do poetry, we are poetry.